For 40 years, the United States, Israel, and Iran fought a quiet shadow war. But that era ended overnight with a massive, synchronized missile strike that leveled a heavily fortified compound in Tehran. The target was the highest authority of the Iranian regime, 85-year-old Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Within hours, Israeli and American leadership took to the podiums, publicly claiming a victory over one of their oldest global adversaries. The strike was thorough. It eliminated the supreme leader, his immediate family lineage, and the top command structure of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, the primary branch of the Iranian armed forces. Inside Iran, the government immediately declared 40 days of national mourning while scrambling to maintain order in the streets. By destroying the brain of the Iranian regime, the US and Israel have caused its military body to thrash blindly, pulling the region into a state of direct, open conflict. Iran's headless military apparatus reacted in every direction. They launched a chaotic ballistic response, firing hundreds of missiles at Israel and neighboring states hosting American bases. The retaliation hit the United Arab Emirates with force. Missiles landed near global tourism hubs like Dubai's iconic Burj Khalifa. Explosions rocked luxury infrastructure and major transit hubs, including Dubai's airports and Bahrain's residential complexes, bringing war to the wealthy Gulf. Simultaneously, a large-scale barrage targeted Israel, forcing civilians in commercial centers like Tel Aviv to spend the night in bomb shelters as apartment blocks burned. The counterpunch followed quickly. In Israel's largest air campaign, 400 fighter jets breached Iranian airspace, dismantling over 500 enemy missile and air defense sites. The era of shadow wars has transitioned into something far more visible: direct, multi-nation, state-on-state warfare. In response to the air campaign, Iran executed a dangerous geopolitical countermove, officially closing the Strait of Hormuz to all maritime traffic. The global fallout was immediate. Hundreds of commercial flights were canceled, and the threat of severed oil supply chains sent international markets into a panic. Oil-dependent economies went into emergency mode. India's External Affairs Minister, S. Jaishankar, initiated emergency diplomatic talks to assess the damage and secure supply lines. To prevent domestic panic, governments are leaning on their defense mechanisms. India, for example, is relying on its strategic petroleum reserves, a state-owned stockpile designed for emergencies, which holds enough oil to sustain the country for 72 days. By threatening a critical global oil artery, Iran is weaponizing worldwide economic panic as a shield against further Western military strikes. To see the full scale of this crisis, we have to look past the military assets. Khamenei occupied a unique position. He functioned as Iran's head of state while simultaneously serving as the religious godfather for Shia Muslims worldwide. This regional map visualizes 200 to 300 million Shia Muslims who look to him for direction. Notice the high-density populations surrounding Iran. Bahrain is 70% Shia, Iraq is 65%, and Lebanon is 50%. This religious fury activates heavily armed proxy militias to the north, like Hezbollah in Lebanon, who rely on Iran for weapons and funding. To the south, militant factions like the Houthis in Yemen are mobilizing, surrounding the Gulf states with hostile actors seeking religious vengeance. Assassinating a supreme religious figure during the holy month of Ramadan risks escalating a geopolitical conflict into a borderless, generational holy war. Today, the Iranian capital is in a state of chaos. The surviving government is scrambling to find a successor while under active bombardment. This fractured leadership faces a difficult dual task. They must rebuild a functioning sovereign government while simultaneously regaining control over an enraged, decentralized network of global proxy fighters. The political claims of a new peace contrast with the daily reality of a region consumed by active warfare. For anyone living in or traveling through the Middle East right now, the immediate future is dangerous. Follow all local safety alerts and understand that commercial airspace remains highly volatile. The United States and Israel achieved a tactical victory by ending the Khamenei era in a single night, but the resulting power vacuum leaves the region in a deeply unpredictable state of conflict.